sanctions now! Stop the sanctions now! End the pandemic! Stop the sanctions!
Sanctions are killing people and are worsening the coronavirus. Please tell people inside, lift the sanctions now. It's through the Treasury Department that the heavy hand of the United States is put on companies not only in the U.S., but companies around the world, to tell them not to trade with Iran, to tell them not to trade with Venezuela, to tell them not to trade with Cuba, to tell them it is illegal to trade with North Korea. And so that's why we're here in front of the Treasury Department.
It's mass murder through economic warfare. It's collective punishment on civilians, whether it's in Iran, in Venezuela, in Cuba, or in North Korea, or any of the 30 countries sanctioned by the United States. The sanctions need to be lifted everywhere, especially right now that we're facing a global pandemic because of the coronavirus. Lift the sanctions now!
Lift the sanctions now!
Lift the sanctions now!
Lift the sanctions now!
We are here to say that the best thing that the U.S. can do is to use this opportunity when the world community is fighting this disease to say we are going to be part of the solution. We're going to lift the sanctions. We're going to allow Iran to sell its oil on the international market so that it would have the resources to fight this disease. We're going to join the world community and stop punishing governments by strangling their economies, whether it's Iran or Venezuela or Cuba or North Korea. Now is a time that countries need resources to help their people.
Iran, once they were able to, took the testing kits from the World Health Organization to find out what of their population had coronavirus so that they could do everything in their power to treat them. They might have acted a little bit too late, but they did take the World Health Organization test kits. Guess who refused the testing kits from the World Health Organization? Donald Trump.
What are you trying to do here, Medea?
So we're trying to show that this is a danger zone because the Treasury Department is putting the lives of millions of people at danger because of the sanctions. And when they are cutting off the resources that countries need to fight this pandemic, then this is a dangerous situation. People's lives are in the balance. People are dying every day already from this disease. But by keeping the resources from countries like Iran that they need for their healthcare system, we are literally killing people every day. And because it's the Treasury Department that is the one that enforces this.
I'll be right back.
With the dangers.
Lift the sanctions
Man, you have to take that down.
Lift the sanctions now.
Sanctions are a form of war. Sanctions are a form of war. Sanctions are a form of war. We need to end these sanctions against Iran. They're spreading the coronavirus by not having the materials they need to fight this disease.
Companies are afraid to do business with Iran because they're afraid of being sanctioned by the U.S. itself, because the U.S. threatens that and will in fact do that. So Iran is an epicenter, and the coronavirus does not remain within Iran's borders. The entire Middle East is war-ravaged and destroyed with so many already healthcare issues and lack of sufficient healthcare. It's a perfect storm for the coronavirus. And we here in the U.S., we have a responsibility for those who have been killed from the coronavirus, from not being able to be properly dealt with in Iran, from the people who died before that in Iran, from cancer and epilepsy, unable to get the life-saving medications that they needed because of U.S. sanctions. We are responsible for the tens of thousands of deaths in Venezuela from U.S. sanctions. And now, as we have this global pandemic, as we see the urgency, as coronavirus is spreading across the U.S., it is imperative that we immediately and finally stop this program of economic warfare.